I wasn't expecting company, but if you stay out of the shrubs and flower beds, you can stay.
Give them a wave, Pops, now that you've invited them in. We're two old guys who enjoy playing sandbox and survival games together. I'm Uncle Craig. Go ahead and sit down. Let's visit for a while.
Now that we have both the technological advancements mission and the mission from hide and seek, so that we can get the latest mods, well, I'll show you the next step here. This tends to trick people up too, so I figured I'd show how I go through this. So in the technological advancements, again, we looked at this before. I completed the personal conquest, would give me 34 charges, and then the weeklies that I do on the different planets will give me 10 charges each. So I'm going to use both of those to my advantage. So on the conquest front, I don't have anything here right now. As I go and finish weekly heroics on the different planets, it will give me the charges here. So I'm going to do both at the same time. So what order to do it in? Well, I'm going to sort this by name, and then I'm going to bring over a web page here that I use. It's an old one. It's been around for a long time, but here it gives the planets in order of level. Tython and Ordmantel, Korriban, and Hutta, they don't really count for anything. Coruscant and Drumacos do. So I'm going to start with Drumacos on the Imperial side, and we're going to start with the easy planets and work our way up to the more challenging planets. So let's look in here on the D's for Drumacos. Defeat enemies, and there's Drumacos for missions. I'll select it, and I'm going to click mission board here to pull it up and just select it from here. And I could go ahead and load them in. However, some of you, it may be that you haven't run heroics yet. So before you have ever run them, they won't show up in this list. And so I'll show you how to find that. So in that case, you should have a Drumacos defeat enemies galaxy map. And there it's selected, so I'm going to travel now. And we've got to take a little bit of a journey out of the hangar. And right outside the front of this spaceport is the mission box for the weekly heroics here, or the daily heroics actually. Right here. So we're going to click this, get the same screen. I'm going to accept those missions. Again, once you do that, they'll be available in your mission log. And now I'm just going to click the link. You won't be able to see it, but the Friends of Old, that's what I'm going to start with, and I'll run through the heroics here on Drumacos, and then I'll check in just before I finish those up. So I finished off the heroics for Drumacos. So let's take a look at what that does for us so far. So for personal conquest, I already have 38,000, so that's good. And then for technological advancements, right here we have 10 of 100. So that was from finishing off that weekly. So go and run the next planet, which is Valmora. A couple things to note again as I run these heroics for the purpose of getting Lonndar's device charged. First of all, the goal is just to get through the weekly for each planet. So do the minimum number of missions. I know I mentioned that once before. But also sneak through them as much as possible. Don't stir up enemies. You don't need extra XP. You're already level 80. You can't get any further. So don't go for XP. And if you want to experience the heroics, do that at another time too. Right now the goal is just to get your device, your neural key charged as quickly as possible. So speed through those. I remember now the other thing that I did want to point out. You can get your missions, if it's your first time, get your missions from the mission box on the planet. You can get them from your log, like I showed before. If you go to the Conquest tab, sort by name, you can find the different planets and the heroic mission item for that, and then you can click the button and get to them from there. You can also go to the combat area of the fleet, which on my screen is right here. And you'll find this kiosk here, this computer, which has the heroic missions. If you right click, you can see them for all the different planets. The other thing we're doing while we're running these is upgrading our gear as we can, and also trying to get to an item that is a 340 prototype item that we can deconstruct. So let's see how we're doing on that. Here's the gear that I have now. I sorted by quality, and first I opened crates. I didn't sell that. I usually sell my med packs. So really we've got some Noble Decurion, a Noble Decurion helmet, which is certainly better than what I have right now. All right, so let's see here. We've got SciTech, Proficient Armor. I can put that on. So I can deconstruct this one if it lets me. Bracers, SciTech, SysTech, and they're all probably SysTech is what they are. That says this is better. What it's going to improve is my alacrity. It's going to lower my defense and shield. That's fine with me as an offensive guy. There's a SysTech. This is a SysTech. It's going to improve my accuracy. Now that I would like more than my alacrity, so we're going to take that. This is an improvement. That's an improvement. Now, I didn't get these other two crates here. Let's see. This will upgrade my bracers, and this will upgrade my weapon. Now I'm going to keep the ones that are modifiable, even though I stepped them up in what I'm currently wearing. Let's sort again by quality, and let's deconstruct what I can, things that are not modifiable and that are in the range that I can deconstruct them. There we go. 320, 276. Okay, so it's going to give me a lot of currency is what it's giving me. Currency that I can use later to upgrade gear. Whoops, that I want to keep. That's the new fitted gear that they have, and I keep some of that until I can make outfits out of the stuff that I'm interested in. V20. Okay, so we can deconstruct, what is that, 15 items? It's pretty good. Out of one, a couple, 3 planetary runs I think we did. And let's see how we're doing on our device here. So technological advancements is now at 64. That's 3 planets and accomplishing my personal conquest. Let me show you that here. While I was running on Nar Shaddaa, I achieved that. So I got 141,000 out of 100,000. I don't need the rest of these Nar Shaddaa missions because, again, I'm just trying to finish the weekly totals. And so now we're going to go on to Tatooine, see if we can get through this in a very short period of time. After running Tatooine missions, the heroic missions there, let's see, we're at 74 on our device. We have almost 200,000 conquest points, and so we got a little ways to go. And so the next planet in the list is Alderaan. It's near the top. So we'll grab those heroic missions and we'll go run those. So I just finished up Alderaan. Those heroics, by the way, are they I don't know, they take a long time. They're long. A couple of them are almost Flashpoint length. Anyway, done with Alderaan, and I now have, I believe, 84 charges. Yeah, 84. And so if I just do one more planet, which is going to be, it's going to be Terrace. I'll finish that up, and then I'll have 94, and then I'll run one heroic. That'll give me enough to, or one Flashpoint, excuse me. That'll give me enough to finish off the 100. Now I just finished the heroics for to get me to 94 charges, and now I'm going to just run a flashpoint, and I'll show you here in a moment how that will get me finished off. If you look at the list of the missions here in the technological advancements, this one here for the Veteran Flashpoint will give me 6 charges. That'll finish me off. So I'm going to run one of those from the activity finder. Along the way, I've been picking up gear and adding it to myself. Now I have an item rating of 307, and then anything that I don't pick up that's better than what I already have that I can break down, I deconstruct it. That gives me currency. And one of the currencies I'm going to have now is tech fragments, which helps me upgrade my legendary implants when I get them and purchase them. Same thing with conquest commendations. And then I'm also getting FP1 stabilizers with which I will upgrade Supreme Decurion gear that I find along the way. All right, so we did it. We accomplished what we wanted to. Did one flashpoint that got us our 6 charges. So let's take a look. I'll show you what was accomplished. Got a little more than just the device, but let's go ahead and look at that mission. Return to Lonndar with our device. So it's all ready. But at the same time, what we did was got some more gear. I got 2 pieces of Supreme Decurion gear. Level 324, mind you, but it's Supreme Decurion. So I'll be able to upgrade one of these, and I'll do that because I want to be upgrading a piece from the very start, so we'll get that upgraded. And my item rating is 317. Now, I haven't spent a dime on gearing yet. I've just picked up whatever drops, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, so here we are next to our good friend Lonndar. And I'm going to click on him to see the conversation, and I'll speed through it. And with that done, technological advancements, he now gives me access to his droid here. I call him Snark. So we'll look here to see what Snark has available for us. And as you can see here, the implants cost credits, 25,000 credits, 60 conquest commendations, and 2,500 tech fragments. And as you can see from my inventory here, my currency tab, I have tech fragments, conquest commendations, and I have some credits. So we're going to buy a couple. The 2 that are most highly recommended for this build, for the marksmanship sniper, is locked and loaded, which is right here. So I'm going to buy one of those. And it probably, here's this right here. And then the other is improved targeting, which is right here. All right, so I'm going to press C so I can see my whole character sheet. And we're going to put those in right here. All right, and so now I've got those improvements. All right, these other 2 pieces of gear, this is Supreme Decurion, yes, but I have a 324 here already, so I can deconstruct these, which will give me, again, more currency. So I'm going to deconstruct those, get the currency, and now that I have those 2 implants and have set myself up to that level, the only thing left now is to get the access to Zeke's modifications, which again takes me getting a 340 prototype piece of gear that's Supreme Decurion and breaking it down there for hide, and then I'll get access to it. So on my next video, I'll show you the beginning of that part of the venture.